A small child steps carefully along arrows on the ground, placing each foot exactly, pausing briefly between steps, while the mother stands nearby calm and still. The child continues forward, gaze fixed downward, repeating the same careful stepping pattern, while the mother remains in place, watching quietly without moving closer. The arrows begin spreading into multiple directions, forming branching paths ahead, and the child pauses slightly before choosing one path and continuing forward. The child's steps become quicker, less paused, following arrows automatically, while the mother slowly turns her body away, increasing distance without the child noticing. The arrows stretch further and multiply, filling the ground, and the child keeps walking without looking up, repeating the same stepping rhythm continuously. Small gaps begin appearing between arrows, and the child adjusts steps to match the spacing, slightly extending each step to reach the next arrow. The arrows thin further, leaving noticeable empty spaces, and the child hesitates briefly before stepping across a gap, maintaining the pattern. The child stretches one leg farther than before to reach the next arrow, holding balance momentarily before placing the foot down and continuing forward. The arrows become sparse, scattered unevenly, and the child pauses longer between steps, searching the ground before each movement. The child takes a careful step toward a distant arrow, slightly wobbling before stabilizing. Then pauses again, scanning the ground. The arrows suddenly stop appearing ahead, leaving empty ground, and the child freezes mid-step with one foot lifted, waiting. The child lowers the raised foot slowly, placing it down without guidance, then pauses completely, looking at the empty space. The child shifts weight from one foot to the other, glancing left and right at the ground, searching for the next arrow but finding none. The child takes a small step forward, then immediately stops, lifting the other foot slightly, as if expecting direction to appear. The child slowly turns the body in a small circle, scanning the ground in all directions, pausing at each angle before moving again. The child steps again without arrows, hesitates mid-motion, then completes the step slowly, stopping once more. The child takes 2 small steps forward in quick succession, then abruptly stops, holding still as if waiting for confirmation. The child begins stepping repeatedly in short movements, faster than before, then pauses suddenly, remaining completely still. Faint sketch-like marks begin appearing under the child's feet, loosely resembling arrows, and the child quickly steps onto them. The marks shift and distort slightly, and the child follows them rapidly, stepping faster while the shapes become less clear. The shifting marks multiply quickly, spreading outward, and the child follows rapidly, turning more sharply between steps. The marks suddenly change direction in larger swings, and the child oversteps slightly, correcting balance before continuing. Some marks fades mid-step, causing the child to pause abruptly, then rush toward another remaining shape. The marks collapse inward, clustering tightly, and the child steps quickly in place before stopping suddenly. The child lifts both arms slightly for balance, stepping faster across unstable marks, then briefly freezes before continuing again. The marks begin flickering, appearing and disappearing, and the child hesitates mid-step, then rushes to the next visible shape. The child slows slightly, stepping more carefully as fewer marks remain, pausing longer between movements. Only a few scattered marks remain, and the child steps toward one, then stops when it fades, leaving empty ground again. The child stands still, feet planted, making small shifts in posture while looking down at the blank ground. The child slowly lowers both arms, remaining still for a moment, then takes a small step without any visible marks. The child takes another step, slower than before.
Straighten your
Pausing
posture
longer
slowly
after
and with
placing the
care.
foot, then
Now take a
looking
stable
around
step
briefly.
forward. Stop
The
and
child
stand
continues
balanced.
with small steps, each one separated by a pause, gradually reducing the speed of movement. A distant figure appears at the edge, standing calmly without moving, while the child continues stepping slowly. The child pauses and looks toward the still figure, then looks back down at the ground, hesitating before stepping again. The child takes a step without looking at the ground, then quickly glances down, slowing movement again. The distant figure remains still, while the child gradually straightens posture, taking a slightly more stable step forward. The child pauses longer between steps, then takes one step forward while keeping head slightly raised. The child stands still briefly, then takes another step without searching the ground first. The child turns slightly toward the distant figure, pauses, then takes a small step in that direction. The child continues forward slowly, alternating between looking ahead and down, with longer pauses between steps. The child takes a slow step forward, pauses, then shifts weight slightly before taking another step. The child lifts one foot, holds briefly, lowers it, then gently adjusts posture without stepping again. The child takes a step forward, then pauses while turning the head slightly, maintaining balance. The child stands still, then slowly shifts stance before taking a small step forward again. The child takes a step forward, pauses, then continues with a
Why is
slightly
the sky
smoother
so
rhythm.
big?
Let's sit and
The
watch
child
together.
continues forward,
Okay.
then pauses longer,
See how calm it
holding
is?
still before the
It's
next step.
peaceful.
The child stands calmly, then shifts weight subtly before stepping again. The child takes 2 steady steps, then pauses, maintaining a more natural rhythm. The child slows slightly, then pauses, maintaining stillness longer than before continuing. The distant figure remains still, while the child steps forward again, maintaining a calm and steady pace. The child pauses, then gently shifts direction without hesitation, stepping forward smoothly. The distant figure slightly extends an arm outward, remaining calm while the child continues forward at a steady pace. The child pauses briefly, then continues walking, no longer looking at the ground before each step. The child takes another step, then another, maintaining balance and rhythm without interruption. The child slows slightly, pauses, then resumes walking, keeping movements smooth and controlled. The child stands still for a moment, then takes a step forward calmly, without hesitation. The child continues forward, maintaining a steady rhythm, alternating between steps and short pauses. The child pauses longer, then takes a final step forward, standing calmly without shifting. The child remains still, holding posture, then slowly turns slightly toward open space. The child takes one step into open space without looking down, maintaining calm and steady movement. The child pauses after stepping into open space, holding still longer than before, maintaining balance without shifting. The child slowly looks ahead, then takes a step forward, without checking the ground, keeping movement steady. The child pauses, then takes another step, maintaining the same rhythm, no longer hesitating between movements. The child stops briefly, then continues walking forward, keeping posture relaxed and stable. The child slows, pauses, then takes a step in a slightly new direction, maintaining calm movement. The child stands still momentarily, then resumes walking forward, no longer scanning for guidance. The child continues forward with consistent steps, pausing briefly between each movement. The child pauses longer, then takes a final step forward, standing still afterward, posture fully balanced. The child remains still, then slowly lifts the head slightly, maintaining steady posture. The child takes one more step forward, then stops completely, holding a calm, stable stance. The child stands quietly, slight movement in posture, maintaining stillness without hesitation. The child remains still in open space, fully balanced,
Wow, so
head gently
beautiful.
raised,
Yes,
no
it is very
searching,
peaceful.
complete calm
I feel
presence.
happy. That's wonderful.